What's going on, everybody, for whoever's joined so far? As you know, I'm Martin, Bellevue Auto Spa. It's probably why you're here. Today, joining us, we've got Ryan West, and then we've got Chris. Chris is going to be my co-host on this stream. He's one of the moderators of my group. So welcome, Chris. Welcome, Ryan. How's things going?
What's up? What's up, guys?
Going good.
Awesome. All right. So this is my channel's first live stream. So bear with us as we work through the technicalities of it and the nice StreamYard logo up there. But we're here just to answer questions for you guys. So if you got questions for me, you got questions for Ryan, you got general questions about detailing that Chris can answer. So if you don't know Chris runs a business called Wash on Wheels. He's a detailer. He's been detailing probably longer than I have, probably longer than most people I do. Dude does it just about every day. So especially if you want to know about interiors and cleaning vents. Right, Chris?
Definitely.
All right. Awesome. So yeah, welcome everybody. For those who have joined so far, how many people we got? I don't know if I can see it from here. I don't think I can. Hold on. But yeah, anyone in the audience got questions, feel free to ask them. That's what we're here for. We're here to answer them. If not, Chris or Ryan, if you guys got anything to say, go right ahead.
Well, so let me ask Chris this. I just want to ask Chris a question. So how have you seen your cost on products throughout, let's just say, the last 4 years? Have you seen it go up and down? Have you seen your costs go up for products you're buying? I just wanted to see where you're at on that.
Over the course of like 4 years, I would say things have definitely, gone more up. Specifically like silicone products, like dressings, things like that, with a higher content of silicone in them. I think that
silicone's been pretty hard to get lately, hasn't it?
It has, and the cost for it is almost tripled. I think it was around like we were paying like 38, 35 a gallon, and it went up to 60, 90, 120. So I mean, the prices definitely fluctuated.
Yeah, no, the reason why I was asking you that, because we've seen the cost, skyrocket during COVID. And the reason why was because there was such a shortage for the raw material for silicones like that. Because there's many different types of silicones, guys. And with there being such a shortage, there was a lot of price gouging going on. So they were jacking up the price for us to buy the silicone. And yeah, it sucks that, we have to kind of pass that on to people, but, we still have to make some sort of money. But this year, we've actually seen it come down significantly. So we're thinking silicone costs will continue to go down. Hopefully. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I remember for a while, people were complaining, was it McGuire's hyperdressing wasn't available for a good while there, and people were like, I don't know what to buy, because people like to go to I call them the online big box stores, that sell all the professional brands. Professional brands. But yeah, so but I've seen that stuff starting to come more and more into stock. It looks like things in the market are evening out. But yeah, prices of things have definitely gone up. Things aren't under $10 a bottle anymore for, a 16-ounce bottle. I used to be able to get a gallon for like $20, $30, and now, it's like 60 to 100 depending on what you're getting. And an iron remover, you can forget about it. That stuff's expensive. So
yeah, I mean, I'm always talking to these suppliers, guys, like at least once a week to check costs and stuff,
Yeah.
So we try to push, because we try to stay ahead. And if we catch a huge client at some point, it kind of backs us up a little bit, but we typically like have a 2-week lead time. So
yeah, I gotcha.
We're good on that.
All right. Well, we got our first question here from this is Eddie from EC Details. Who is Chris? Chris, who are you? Introduce yourself again.
So
What's up, Eddie?
I'm a small-time detailer in Montrose, Colorado. just started detailing about 10 years ago. You know, I don't know. I'm not like a big time detailer, anything like that. Kind of small, local.
Yeah, I gotta say though, Chris, you're one of the most experienced detailers I know because you've been doing this for so long, and you're not just, not to put anyone down, but you're not just going around washing cars. Like, you have a shop, people are coming to you. You've got a lot of, like, commercial, even somewhat industrial equipment type deal. I know you got like the Hotsy pressure washer. Like, you've got things down almost to a science of how to detail and knock these things out in a timely manner and make some money.
Yeah, no. We definitely came a long way from, I would say at least 5 years.
Yeah.
Things have changed for sure. And, I'm grateful for all the knowledge I've got over the years from people.
Hey, and that's why I'm glad we're friends. So for those who don't know, Chris is one of the moderators in my Facebook group, the Bellavoro Detailing Community. So Chris and I have known each other online for a while. We haven't met in person yet. But we both moderated the Auto Geek group for a while, and Chris's sense of humor is just as twisted as mine. That's why we get along so well. So, like,
crazy, bro.
You can say anything to me, you can say anything to Chris, and we'll just laugh about it. Like, it's not going to get under our skin or anything. But real quick, just to pivot over, guys, let me go ahead and pull this up if I can. So RyanWestIndustries.com right now, this weekend only, we are doing, Ryan's doing 50% off with code STREAM50. So if you use code STREAM50, so that's STREAM50, code is live right now, and it's going to go until Sunday night. It's going to end at midnight. You can get 50% off anything on the website. So we got the on-the-go waterless wash. That's a product that's in collaboration with my channel. We got the Fusion ceramic coating spray. It's a really good water-based ceramic coating kits, soaps, super concentrate all-purpose cleaner. I mean, everything is there. Anything you could need. So be sure to check that out.
Yeah, we sold out of the foam cannons, guys. We do have more of those coming. I have like 200 of them on the way. Those are, they're coming from China, unfortunately. So we got more of those nano brushes on the way too.
Awesome. Oh yeah,
those are a big hit, dude. Those things are amazing. I might even start just even giving them away for free if you have like an order over $100 or something.
Yeah, I remember when those nano brushes came out. This was pre Auto Fiber Scrub Ninja, so they hadn't really hit the market yet. And those nano scrub brushes, they worked wonders for vinyl and leather cleaning.
Yeah,
they just get deep down in there, and it wasn't aggressive. It wasn't destroying the leather or anything like that, and it would just like get it nice and clean. So yeah, those things are definitely awesome. All right, so we got a question here. What's the Ryan West Industries product for wheels and tires that isn't heavy duty? Well, I'm sure Ryan knows as well as I do. We've got the Supreme all-purpose cleaner. You can dilute that, about 4-to-1 for wheels and tires, would you say?
Yeah.
And that comes in a 32-ounce bottle, so that'll go a long way. There's the heavy-duty wheel cleaner. Obviously, that's one. And then you can use on just your wheels, you can use the iron remover, the Iron Decon, that has detergents in it that will foam up to help with cleaning. And then you could use even just the regular APC on your tires if you wanted to. So,
yeah. If you have new wheels, guys, start with APC. You don't need to use anything aggressive. You certainly don't need to be using an Iron Decon on your wheels every week. So, always start with an all-purpose cleaner, I say, and then work your way up.
And what I do, ceramic coat your wheels, obviously, if they're brand new, if you can. 9H coating kit is great for that, by the way. Ceramic coat your wheels, and then every time you wash your car, just grab, after you're done washing your car, whatever order you want to do it with, get a wheel bucket, whatever, however you feel like doing it. Grab, a separate mitt or a microfiber and just go ahead and wash the wheels with soap and water, and they will come nice and clean. If you want to get into the barrels, you can grab your barrel brush. I don't think you need to do the barrels every single time because it's time consuming, but if you feel like it, go ahead. But yeah, just soap and water will get your wheels clean, and then just some APC for the tires whenever they turn brown and get them nice and clean. And then That's he really likes the on the. I get a lot of the people that say that. They say they love the smell of on the go. What's the scent of on the go again? Because I forgot.
I don't know. Should I drop that though? It's actually called Vanilla Fantasy.
Vanilla Fantasy. There you go. Vanilla Fantasy.
Yeah.
And for anyone who orders Ryan West Industries wholesale, if you want, you can make any product that scent. Just keep in mind, depending on the product chemistry, it can change the scent slightly after it's added. But any regular water-based product that's not a cleaner, usually you can get that smell to settle in there pretty well. So
yeah, that's a great point, Martin. We typically, once you get to the heavy duty wheel cleaner, there's really no point of scenting it. But yeah, I mean, we stock about 30 in-house scents, and our supplier actually has like 3,000 scents to choose from. So you can imagine it, even if you mixed some of them together, which we've done that before to create some very unique scents for our clients. The options are there, guys. If you want a unique scent, we can do it. We always send you a test sample to smell it yourself to confirm it. So very simple.
Awesome. Yeah, and people have been pretty happy with the sampling process that I've seen. So it's resulted in some good business for you, good business for them. So all right, we got another question from Steve. Ryan, any new products coming out soon? Like releasing.
Yeah, we have the glass repellent coming out. We're just negotiating pricing on the 2 raw materials that we need. And but we've already come out with a lot of new products this year. An engine flush for the marine side. I'm trying to think what else. I think just the glass repellent right now is all we're really working on, to be honest.
All right. This is kind of,
we have everything. And the fact is like we have about 40 in-house formulas, so we can only do so much, guys. Like we actually have everything.
And this glass repellent is kind of continuing where you left off a little over a year ago from that one ceramic glass cleaner that didn't work out too well.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And you're not the first person who's told me that their ceramic glass cleaner, the ceramic product in it wasn't stable. So that seemed to be an industry-wide problem. Honestly, just about every ceramic glass, not every one of most of the ceramic glass cleaners I've tried out were not better than just using a ceramic detail spray. There are a few brands that were able to get it right, but most of them it didn't work out well, and it probably is attributed back to that. Probably works great, I'm sure, once you first put it, blend it together, and you're like, oh, hey, this is awesome. Then after it sits for a while. But yeah, ceramic glass cleaners coming out, guys. If anyone's interested in that, it's a nice product to just save some time, clean your window off real quickly, and add some ceramic protection.
Yeah, you got to get that water beating, man. I mean, we made this product like, I don't know how long ago, 6 months ago when we sent it to you, I think. And after we sent you that one, we made another one, but we made it like 5 times stronger. And
okay, I haven't tried that one.
We put it on one of my cars outside, and it's been 6 months and it hasn't even come off at all.
That one you gave me, every now and then I use it again. It's just a little sample bottle, but that stuff, like, you can see like half the bottle once it settles. You can see the SiO2 separate from it. But that, like, the glass is super slick. The beading is insane. And I'd say, right now, even with that one, it was good for up to about 6 months. But if you improved on that, that's even better. So that should answer Eric's question. Yeah, Eric. Ryan, would you say that? So would you agree that longevity for that glass cleaner, 6 months or so?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Probably I think longer on a garage car, but
yeah, it'll, and again, like on the wholesale side, dude, it's gonna be so priced perfectly, man.
I mean, it really is. It really is.
Yeah.
And if you guys are interested in wholesale, so I'm a wholesale rep for Ryan West Industries. It helps to get them on the show when you work with them, right? But yeah, you can just you can shoot me a message. I'll put my once this video is done, finished, and it's posted to YouTube as a recording, I'll put in the comments my email address if you want to get some information about wholesale. I'll get with you on that.
I need to look too.
Let's see the next question.
Yeah. Also, Martin.
Go ahead.
So hold on, before we go to that one, remember how we were tweaking the prep spray for the kits now, where it's actually going to. So instead of using just an alcohol-based prep spray to clean the panels before you apply the 7H or 9H, we're actually infusing that with the 7H, and it's creating a small barrier on the surface before you apply the official, like the original coating. So we're making it easier for you guys to apply these coatings. Like that's the goal every year, is just to make it easier and easier. That's why we did the water-based coatings. You know, for the older guys who don't want to sit there and be tedious with the 9Hs and the 7Hs, because it is a struggle sometimes when you're doing it. So
yeah, the 9H does have a more difficulty to apply than the 7H. So
yeah, you got to do it per panel with the 9H, and our 7H is, you know, very forgiving. You can do almost half the car before you go and have to do your final double wipe, basically.
Yeah. All right, and then I think I've seen a few products similar that have been announced or have come out. I think like Fine Lab had something similar, some sort of product that was like a prep type of deal. I don't know if they're saying it was going to be like a rinse.
You know what I mean? Like that's what we probably might call it, like a prep coat or something.
Yeah, but they said it has something that enhances that bond to the ceramic coating. So
yeah,
you know, something like that. It's interesting. I like seeing new things come out.
Well,
like that.
it's the simple fact is like your first layer, guys, when you lay any ceramic coating down, it is actually being absorbed into the clear coat somewhat. So we all understand that clear coat is a porous surface. So it kind of bothers me though when these guys are just doing the one coating and calling it a 10-year coating. It's absolutely not the way you're supposed to do it. So, you know, we recommend 3 to 4 layers if you want to get that 5+ year. And but also if you want, you know, the Mar resistant too, the 9H with just 3 layers on there, man, it's very scratch.
Yeah, it does build up. And honestly, my opinion with coatings, you know, you got coatings that are saying, you know, with yours saying to layer it, with others saying, you know, it needs one layer. You know, some can be stacked in, you know, 2 different coatings that can stack on top of each other. I say if you're driving a daily driven car, you're taking it to work every day or dropping your kids off, whatever you're doing, don't dwell on how long the coating's going to last, because after a year or two, your paint's going to be so swirled up from just wear and tear, you're going to want to polish it again anyways. So those long-term coatings, I would say, you know, do those for a car that's going to be like a garage kept show car and only go out in nice weather every now and then. If it's your daily driver, you're going to be putting in all this effort or spending all this money, and then in two years, you're going to look at your car and be like, I need to polish this thing again. And you strip the whole thing off. So anyways, let's get on to the questions again. Eddie wants to know when the rinseless wash is coming out.
Does Eddie want to test it for us?
Eddie does every rinseless wash under the sun on his channel, so I'm sure he does.
You know, when I sent him a box, and I should have put one in there, man. I totally I forgot about it, but I'll send Eddie a sample. I'll get one out Monday, and he can test it for it.
Cool. All right, there you go, Eddie. So we don't have a release date yet, but we can get you a sample so you can see how it is, how you like it, and give us some feedback. He wants to know if you sell 7H or 9H without the kits. Yes, we do. Wholesale. We sell individual bottles. There's no minimum order for 7H and 9H. You can order just one bottle. If you order 10 or more, you get a discount. So those are available. But if you're just ordering from the website, retail, and by the way, guys, discount codes are only good for retail. They're not good for wholesale, but wholesale's already so heavily discounted. You know, it's just a lot of it. There's just minimum orders, which aren't that big anyways. So I'd say if you're going to do wholesale is great for, yes, absolutely. If you're trying to sell your own products, you want to start your own brand, or if you want to just keep like a 5-gallon jug of a product and get it a lot cheaper than you're going to get from most other places, just about any other places, you can just order 5 gallons of it and just have it sitting in your shop ready to use whenever you need it. So save money either way. Let's see. What's the cure time for 7H and 9H? 24 hours before you take it out, and then 7 days before you wash it. And then Does your 9H require more than one layer per application to get best results? As you just said, to get that more longevity and that better marring resistance, it would require more. In my experience, I have applied it with just one layer, and it still works really well with just one layer. Just don't expect miracles from it. Ryan, you have anything to add in on that?
Yeah, Tim, that's a great question. So like I said before, guys, there's many different types of clear coat on the market, and some clear coat is harder than others. Some is soft. That's why you guys have to do a test panel before you start polishing the whole car. So when you apply a coating, I'd say 90% of it is absorbed into the clear coat because it is a very porous surface. So that's why we say if you want like 5+ years and really anti-scratch, 3 to 4 layers is where you need to be. And what I mean by anti-scratch, it's the micro marring, guys. So when you're washing the car and you're rubbing the microscopic dirt across the glass,
Drying
like that
towels
foam,
and such too.
it's not going to scratch it. So that's the whole point I'm trying to make. So
now, if your car gets hit with a rock, it's still getting scratched. So we're not trying to push out what the dealerships say. We're like, oh, it's scratch proof. It's not. But
we're trying to prevent the micro marring because when the micro marring grows and grows and you keep wiping, it's going to be more visible, especially out in the sun. With the sun directly hitting the paint when you're looking at it, you'll be able to see all the damage.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with you there. One time, I think my last car I had, I decided to dry the car off with no drying aid or anything. I just went straight with the towel, and there was all these lovely micro marring when it was out in the sun after that. So that was a lesson learned there. Chris, what's your opinion on these 1, 2, 4, 5 layer coatings?
Like for simplicity, it'd be easier just for like a 1 layer coating with good durability. A lot of consumers probably have a hard time, with gauging how long it takes to actually apply coating. So, I mean, the less time spent, the better, I think. So, I mean, 1 layer, if it has good durability, I would go with that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And the 9H coating is sold, it is marketed kind of as a professional coating, where the 7H is kind of both retail or, user level and professional level. All I'm going to say, guys, is if you're doing all these layers, make sure you're charging accordingly.
Definitely.
Right. Don't do a disservice and, overcharge the client and do 1 layer and cut corners, because that's overall just hurting the industry, guys. Like, it's not cool. So, but like Chris brought up a good point. Like, we have to target certain people. Like, the 7H was geared towards like being very forgiving, so there's no high spots, right? So that's really the biggest issue with ceramic coatings is you don't want to catch a high spot because it's a pain to fix. So with the 7H, you can do like half the car and come back and start doing your buff and start inspecting and making sure there's no high spots at all. And the 9H is a lot tougher. You have to do it per panel, but we're basically attacking everybody in the industry, the end consumer, the professionals, the people in between.
Awesome. And Ryan, next question we got here is, what is the best seller in your product line? What's I guess let's position it this way. What's your best retail selling product, and what's your best wholesale selling product?
Retail would be the ceramic detail.
Atomic. Yeah,
that one is pretty nice too. I would say Fusion. But like I said on the JB's channel, the EC Details channel is like 10% of our sales is our own product. So it's kind of hard to gauge. Like, I could tell you on the wholesale side, as far as private labeling, we move a ton of soap.
Everyone needs soap.
Yeah, it's like a never-ending process. I mean, we have like 4 or 5 totes already sold that we're backed up on. So
I've got a friend who's local. He ordered 5 gallons of the decon soap just to keep in his shop. He got a couple other products to sell too, but he just wanted he tried the decon soap and he liked it. And he's like, yeah, I want that for my shop. So he just sits on a 5-gallon. When it runs out, he orders another one. And at first, I know a lot of people say with wholesale, man, shipping expensive, especially for 5 gallons, which yes, it is. You go to USPS, UPS, wherever, shipping's expensive right now. That's the economy we're in. However, since there's no shipping added into the actual price of the product, that's why you're seeing the full shipping amount. And that's even with the shipping added in, he figured that because first he was like, man, shipping's expensive. He looked at a few other sites. He goes, okay, well, never mind. Even with shipping, it's still cheaper than paying these other sites that offer free shipping, So that's just something to keep in mind if you plan on doing anything wholesale. Let's see. Eddie doesn't want protection in a waterless wash, but Eddie, this one's got protection in it, man. So that's going to be a complete new formulation if we go without it. So I don't think that's coming anytime soon.
Hey, Martin, I want to touch on the shipping real quick.
Yeah.
If you're a detailer and you are already pretty much established and have your own shop and you're successful, we really recommend you buy products to fit on a pallet, and so we can freight it to you, because freighting the pallet to you is so much cheaper, guys, like than shipping at UPS or USPS, FedEx. Once you hit the 300-pound threshold, that's when we're going to put all your stuff on a pallet and we're going to forklift it right in the back of a truck and they're going to bring it right to you. So you can save, basically what I'm saying is you could save cost on the shipping side. So keep that in mind, guys, because shipping, I get it. It's expensive. We've seen the rates every year go up. We log into the system every day. It does a little update. Rate change coming soon. And sure enough, it never goes down.
There's the change is, give us more change.
Yeah. And, 13 years I've had the stamps and it doesn't ever go down.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. You should be able to ship a box for like $5. It's like $15-$20 now just for a small box of something. Like you're like looking at it.
Well, that's right, Martin. That's why we do the case of 16, because it's such a perfectly packaged. You're maximizing the volume in the box, and it's the most economical way to get it to somebody on the shipping side.
Yeah. And by the way, guys, this stuff is when it's shipped to you, the products are all bagged up and things like that. So if anything does leak, it leaks inside the bag that it's in instead of leaking through the box and causing this big mess. And I'm amazed that, a small, medium-sized company like yours does that, because I ordered from Griot's Garage before, brand new products that they just came out with, their wheel cleaner actually, and it leaked in the box. They didn't tape the caps. Like it was like just half-assed packed. It leaked, and then when USPS dropped it off at my door, there's just like this big puddle of wheel cleaner just sitting there because the whole freaking thing leaked. And thankfully it was an iron remover, but just know the stuff comes bagged up, so you don't got to worry about that. The mess will be contained in the bag in the event that it does leak, but everything's got a red cap plug in the cap, so help out with that. All right, let's see what other questions we got. Brody also doesn't want a rinseless with protection. Brody, I am a fan of both. I like rinseless without and with protection, depending on what I'm doing. But again, this formula is already kind of said and done. We'd have to go back to the drawing board to do one without protection. So maybe in the future. But there are a lot of great options out there already, as I'm sure you know. Let's see. Tim's got another question.
Sometimes, Martin, I just want to touch on that rinseless real quick. Sometimes, like for me, guys, sometimes it's like I don't want to compete on every scale with every product. To be honest with you, I'm totally fine with some of you guys buying products from other vendors or whatever for the rinseless stuff. But yeah, of course, like I'm trying to step into the rinseless, but I want to do it the right way, because even like 10 years ago, guys, when I first got on social media, I seen the rinseless thing. It was so big. Like people who think rinseless is new, it's not new at all. So, I just want to make sure it's right. It's done the proper way. Get testing from, people like Martin, people like Eric, JB, and you guys give me honest feedback to make me better. That's all I want.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not like not every company's like this, but as you guys know, there are some companies out there where the guy or girl at the head of the company doesn't take constructive criticism so well, and it's just it's a crapshoot when things get to that point. And then I just see people are like, yeah, I'm just gonna avoid this brand because I don't want to deal with somebody like that. But yeah, don't worry about that here. Ryan's an Army veteran. I'm an Army veteran myself. Our feelings don't get hurt because we spent years getting yelled at by people that we legally were not allowed to yell back at. Like literally, we legally could not, or we would face legal repercussions that we had no say in. We couldn't go to court over it, which includes taking your rank and money. And how, what job have you ever had where they can take your money? They can't do that, but no, in the military they can. So you're not going to hurt our feelings. Don't worry.
Well, Martin, you were a tanker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you went to Fort Knox, right?
Yeah, I went to Fort Knox.
So,
that was the last class at Fort Knox before it all went to Fort Benning.
Yeah, me and you were basically one of the last classes there. And I heard about some of the drill sergeants over on your guys' side, like body slamming guys and like beating the shit out of them, dude. There was investigations going on.
Yeah, no,
and,
yeah, you're not joking. Like some of these guys were just not right in the head from whatever they'd been exposed to. But yeah, I noticed that too. I would look over on the scout side. I'm like, oh wow, things seem cooler and more professional over there. Like they don't look like idiots with the stuff they're made to wear, and they sling their rifles over their back. Like us, we have to sling our rifles over the front. Like sometimes we're just like running around with our helmets looking like turtles. Builds character. But anyways, let's get back to the questions here. So Tim wants to know what is recommended wait time between applications of 9H layers, 1 hour more or less. I know on the paper or the instructions that come with it says 1 hour, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So what's the maximum time, would you say, where once you're past that, you can apply another layer?
No, there really is no maximum time. You can apply a layer another hour after that. That's the whole point. Okay. Is you want to multi-layer it. So by the time you go around the car and do your layers, guys, it'll be perfectly timed to set another layer on there.
Awesome. So with this, would you be able to say a year goes by and you're noticing your protection is starting to, on the back bumper, behind the wheel wells, not as good as when you freshly applied it and you want it to be? You could kind of decon it and apply another layer then?
Yeah, you could.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. I didn't know that. Some brands you just can't. So I guess it all depends on the chemical formula. We got a super chat from Bro Dizzle Dazzle Detailing. Thank you for that. I definitely appreciate it. He said he bought a 16 product sample bundle and was worried about how much the box was going to be shipping wise, but it was reasonable. And he's very impressed with the wholesale process. So I can tell you guys, shipping per 16 item or 16 item case. Yeah, that is the right thing I want to say. Fluctuates between $10 to $15 depending on how far from Florida you are, because that's where it's shipping out of. So it's not crazy. It can add up once you're ordering a bunch of boxes, but again, still going to be cheaper than going somewhere else or any of these other wholesale companies that are like, hey, you got to order 5,000 bottles minimum, So most people that are just mobile detailing or even just they have one shop, it's probably more than they're going to need. So all right, next question.
It's 2.5 gallons. So basically you're getting 2.5 gallons in 16-ounce bottles.
Yeah, that's not bad. Sweet Onion Auto Detailing's got a question. How many cases fit on a pallet?
Oh, that's a good question. So 15 to 1,600 bottles actually fit on a pallet. We go off that. It really depends on the box, because sometimes we come out of the box and we go right back in the box. Or if we need to do like an Amazon order, we'll go in like a 10 by 10 box, and it has to be stickered up for Amazon. The product has to be polybagged and all that stuff. But as far as cases, 1,600 bottles is what we're looking at.
All right, awesome. And then Ryan, if you could, I know you mentioned Amazon, and you do that thing where you can basically ship their stuff out directly from your warehouse instead of having to go to them and then to an Amazon warehouse or whatever. Explain what that is and a little bit what that process entails, because I know you're one of the places that does that for people.
Yeah, Martin, that's a great question. So when you get on Amazon, you have basically two options. You can fulfill your own product, ship it from your house to your customer, or you send a pallet to Amazon and let them distribute it to the customer when they make a sale, when you make a sale on Amazon. Now, things always change with Amazon, so don't quote me on any of this, guys, but there's fees involved with both ways, okay? But if you're starting small, I would always say fulfill from your house. You guys can actually ship the product directly from your house. Your mail person is going to take the box back to the post office for you and ship it. So yeah, we do co-pack and FBA for many brands. There's a lot involved with, you know, having a UPC sticker on the poly bag or on your label, but we can literally pump a pallet out in one day easily.
Awesome. All right, that's good to know. And then I thought of something and I just completely forgot about it. So let's get to the next question. What is the ceramic?
It's Saturday, man.
Yeah, I know. It's been a long week. What does the ceramic in the leather serum plus ceramic do for your leather?
So that's just going to give it a little bit of make it a little bit of hydrophobic. So we don't put a lot in there. A lot's not needed because it is a silicone based and a water based
inside the vehicle too, you know. So
yeah, so really there just to make it a little bit hydrophobic.
And I will say the ceramic leather serum, I mean, it adds a little bit of you know, a slick feel to the leather. I personally, like on my seats, like the seats to be a little bit more slick than grabby because it's easier to kind of adjust myself. Some people don't like that. But you know, it's you know, to each his own. But I will say this, the ceramic leather serum too, it does do a good job at rejuvenating leather that's not coated with that plastic. Because like my steering wheel, a lot of steering wheels in cars are just raw leather. They don't have anything on them. And I got in the car one day like a dummy. I'm sure a lot of people have done this. I had my knife in my right pocket and the little clip scraped on the steering wheel and kind of messed up the leather a little bit. And so I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh crap, my wheel's going to start peeling. So I cleaned it and put some of the leather ceramic serum on it, and it softened up the leather and kind of smoothed it back out. And it's not perfect, but it definitely doesn't look like it's ready to peel anymore, which is nice. So that's definitely a good product to get. Let's see. Whose nostrils am I looking up into? Well, it depends, I guess, on if you're looking at Ryan or looking at Chris. Joey, this is Chris. Chris has been around the detailing groups for a long time, and he's the moderator of my group, so that's who he is. Joey is, I believe, what do they call you, Joey? Some grand ambassador. That's what it is. Yeah, Joey's the grand ambassador for the Rag Company. So he a lot of stuff. He showcases a lot of stuff on his Instagram. So what do we got here? Ryan, what's the pH level of your Supreme APC?
So I think we're actually around 11 on that. It varies. We go from like 10.5 to 11 because you can dilute it. So it's very strong. We use an HDPE bottle for that because it won't really survive in a PET. It'll eat it.
The clear plastic.
Yeah, and it's like all a learning lesson too, guys. Like we tried it and it actually started eating the bottom of the bottle, so we had to switch over to an HDPE. But
I was just gonna say, because when you first sent me that bottle and it was an HDPE plastic, I was like, hey, you know, he knows what he's doing, because you know how many companies, big brands that have sold you know, high alkaline wheel cleaners and APCs in just the clear plastic where it eats through at the seam, you know, where the plastic goes in the mold, and then it leaks everywhere. It happened to me with Fine Lab, which they sent another bottle and they apologize, and their stuff becomes an HDPE now. But I've seen it in groups so many times, and it's like, these companies, like, what are you guys doing? Come on, your chemist should have told you this has to go on this type of plastic. But you know, anyways, not everyone in detailing is as detail oriented with the business side, I guess. So
well, I mean, for me, man, it's always a learning lesson. I learn stuff every day, man. You know, even in this business, I'm always learning, because these suppliers, these raw material suppliers, are always educating me, because it's like they want me to make a sale. They want me to go and co-pack. So learning from
that's
them,
why, like, I'm glad with you. You know, you test your products out for a good amount of time before you release them. and you let your customers test them too. You tell them, like, this is a sample, this isn't production, give me feedback. Some of these companies, they will test it in their own lab, in their own controlled environment. As you know, detailing is not a controlled environment by any means, because everyone's shop, outdoors environment, wherever they are in the country, in the world, is drastically different, and each day is drastically different. So if you're inside in a warehouse that's air conditioned, applying your product and testing out, then it goes over to Jamie down in Louisiana, where it's nice and humid, and he's applying it outside in his driveway. It's going to be a lot different. So I'm glad you make sure your products are tested before released. So Rick wants to know, what's the longevity of the ceramic interior detailer? Also, does it knock down a nice matte finish? Rick, I can tell you that it does knock down a I can't talk right now. A nice matte finish. When you apply it and you wipe it on and blah blah blah, yeah, it's a nice matte finish. It doesn't leave the leather super shiny or anything. It's probably my personal favorite interior detailer that I use. Longevity wise, it's an interior product, right? So it's kind of hard to say because it's not really exposed to anything. What would you say, Ryan? It's like a monthly maintenance product if it's like going in an area where someone's sitting every day?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, it's a layerable product too. So if you guys want more shine, just put another layer on it. You can stack it and make it as shiny as you want, but it definitely will always knock down, Rick. That's a great question, because in your car when it's hot, things are evaporating. So if you touch it and you're rubbing against it, dude. Yeah, dude, it's the heat in your car is like evaporating these products off of the surface. And I would just say it is a matte kind of sheen at first, but if you want a higher gloss, just add another layer.
So probably in hotter environments, if your car is parked outdoors, you're going to need to reapply it more often than in colder environments like Chris up in Colorado, where it's nice and cool. Chris, you guys just got hit with a big snowstorm too, didn't you?
Yeah, man. Like, it snows and legit in like an hour, it's gone. so it has days. It's OCD.
Yeah, I got family who's up visiting, just touring around in Colorado right now, and they're from Texas, obviously, and there's like they got hit in the hotel with like 9 inches of snow. They're like, holy crap!
Yep,
they weren't used to that. All right, let's see. What's the dilution for the decon in a foam cannon? Can it be used in a foam sprayer? Also, pH level undiluted. I could probably answer the first few questions. The dilution for a foam cannon. So generally, if you look on a label, whatever it says you dilute it for a 5-gallon bucket, you're going to want to dilute the same in a foam cannon. Because remember, when you're using a foam cannon, not only is it drawing from the reservoir, but it's also adding additional water in from the pressure washer itself. And to tweak the dilution ratio, it's really going to depend on your specific pressure washer setup, because some use more water, less pressure, etc. But generally, you can kind of go based off what the instructions say for a 5-gallon bucket. And can it be used in a foam sprayer? Absolutely. And you could dilute it even less in a foam sprayer because you don't need as much because it's not adding extra water. But you're just going to have to play with the dilution ratios and see what works for you. And then pH level. I haven't actually tested that, Ryan. What's the pH level of the decon soap?
So that is also up in the 10-ish, the 10.5 range.
And is that before or after dilution?
What's that?
Is that before or after dilution?
So the way I do it, guys, I'm different when it comes to foam cannons. I actually take the canister and I fully empty it, and I dump the entire bottle of decon soap in the canister. And maybe some of you guys are doing the wrong too.
That works.
The dilution knob is on the top of the foam cannon is really what you need to mess with. So I guess what that really does for me is it really prevents me from filling the bottle up a million times. So that's how I do it. I mean, it saves a lot of time too.
Yeah, no, you definitely got a good point on that. And I never thought about it, but obviously I've got so many products here, switching it up every week, trying different things out, because that's what I do. But yeah, if you're detailing, for a business, or even just for your, detailing for yourself, and you're not like me, who's got a million different products to try out, you don't have a million foam cannons for it. Yeah, you can just pour the soap directly into the foam cannon, and just, twist the dilution knob to where it's allowing more water to go through and less from the reservoir, and just mess with that. So that's That's a good point. What is the pH level? Undiluted. Oh yeah, he did ask undiluted. So you said it's around 10, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
10.5.
my bad.
Yeah.
I forgot that you said that, and then I remembered.
No, you're good.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. All right, so let's see
Well,
here.
because look, the thing is, dude, is like if you're diluting it too much, it's not going to be effective. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's the
it's
whole
just,
point. So
you don't want decon soap. You don't want to be really runny because that pH is what's helping you break down that dirt. Also, if you're diluting the degreasing agents in it too much, they're not going to work either. So,
yeah.
but just play around. If you order 5 gallons of it, you're gonna have plenty to play around with. You know what I'm saying? So, and then Sweet Onion, so I know this guy personally. He just recently switched to doing mobile detailing. He's been having good time with using the stuff outdoors. So yeah, it looks like that stuff works pretty good. I mean, I know when I use the ceramic detailers, I never have any problem streaking, as long as you remember to shake the bottle up, so you're not just like pulling up straight ceramic from the bottom. So don't forget that.
Yeah, don't overuse it, guys. A little goes a long way.
And Jacob, thank you. Just bought a bottle of the leather and ceramic. So awesome. We got another question from Bro Dizzles Dazzle.
Thanks, Jacob.
What's the product you're most proud of in your lineup? I guess what did you make here that you just like you got it done? And you're just like, this is it, amazing, I love it.
Probably the water-based ceramic detailers. Just because, just because the ease of use, man. It's not gonna be mar resistant, but it's going to be very hydrophobic and for a long time. And
I've torture tested it, and it is for ceramic detail spray. It is highly chemically resistant, so it should do good on your car. Absolutely.
But I mean, I also want to get into that, man. Like, what, you know, I see a lot of these detailers doing all these torture tests, and I know that's the thing. It's actually been the thing for 10 years on YouTube.
Yeah,
I've seen a million videos of these guys taking products and they're throwing acid on it, and oh, this product doesn't work. Or, you know, I mean, who's really washing their cars with Pickle Power and like all these, you know, I get it. Let's see how long it can last, what it can handle. But if you guys really do understand that you're just washing the car with, you know, some caustic soda and some sulfonic acid and water, that's very light. It's a very light cleaner.
and you're probably reapplying your detailer every month or so anyways. So
you're not going to phase any ceramic detailer that I make at all. It's still going to be very hydrophobic.
Yeah, the only thing I have that can is a solvent, and nobody uses solvents on their car unless you're actually removing tar, but then your car's probably got a lot more going on than just worrying about how good the protection is on it. But I actually don't even use the Tar X anymore because it's expensive, and yeah, it does kill everything off. And I'm like, all right, I mean, we know what it's going to do. But yeah, with the torture test, you know, number one, they're entertaining. People like to watch them, and you know, what's YouTube for? Entertainment. So we do entertain people. But I also think it serves a good baseline, especially when you're comparing products together. It gives you a baseline for what you can expect from their performance. Because I've had products that I spray, you know, just a regular all-purpose cleaner on it, not anything crazy, and it just severely diminishes it. And I'm just like, I don't think that's going to cut it for me. But if something can handle just about everything that I throw at it, then I know, like, hey, this product's going to perform. How long it's going to perform, again, that's going to depend on your environment, how often you drive your car. Because I get comments all the time where people are like, why don't you put something like Chicago Auto Pros did, you know, put a different product in each panel. And I think Scott HD, he's explained that if you have a different product in each panel is seeing a different degree of abuse from the road and from the sun and other conditions. So it's not a fair test that way. In my opinion, the only way to do a completely fair test would be to coat a fleet of vehicles and have them drive the same route every day, which I don't think anyone's ever going to do that. Or where we have a test panel and like I'm doing with the coatings right now, they're setting outside. That's one way to test it. Or you can just do a simulated, we're doing it quickly. We're torture testing everything just to kind of see how everything holds up. But don't let that be, you know, just because you see, you know, wheel brightener killed something, don't let that set your expectation for how the product's going to perform, because wheel brightener is a very aggressive product. But yeah, don't let that sway your view on something unless it just is complete crap, or if the company's making some outlandish claims and it's not holding up, then okay. But with everything in your line that I've seen on the instructions, nothing is claiming anything that's too crazy. So, all right, let's see. What was the next question here? Do you have any acid soap in the works or a plan to make an acidic soap?
Probably not, just because I don't want to have a million products, guys. And we don't need to flood, the 40 products I already have on the spreadsheet. Like I want to kind of condense a little bit. And yeah, probably won't do an acid base soap, just because the decon soap is a really great product for breaking down dirt without touching it.
Fair enough. And you do have the water spot remover that a lot of people love, by the way, and some people even use it as a wheel cleaner, an acid wheel cleaner. But you can decon your vehicle coating, whatever, with the water spot remover. So there's not an acid soap coming. Probably not going to make one, but that's what you can get in its place. So just keep that in mind, anyone who's interested.
Yeah, and if you use the water spot on paint, guys, dilute it.
Thanks for
it's
your
very
Rick. Jesus, I can't read. Rick. Sorry. Ryan, what were you saying? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Yeah, if you're going to use the water spot on paint, guys, dilute it. It's very aggressive.
Or be quick.
Yeah.
One panel at a time. Don't spray down your whole car with acid.
Let me ask Chris a question, because don't you want to simplify the detailing process? Like, you don't want to have a million products, right, Chris?
Yeah, no. You don't want to have a million things going on at once. I mean, you want to cut to the point, get it done as fast and efficient, as you can. It kind of defeats the purpose of having like a million products that do the same thing essentially. So, I mean, if you find something that works, stick with that for the majority of things we have going on.
Yeah, and Chris and I chat about detailing a lot too. And Chris has showed me his setups. He uses the detailing kegs. He's got a few for like different products. And I mean, Chris, you use maybe 5 different products to detail an entire vehicle inside and out?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, bugs, engine, wheels, inside cleaner.
Yeah.
So shampoo, things like that.
If you're in a business situation like Chris, simplicity is definitely going to be your friend, and that's going to help you achieve efficiency. If you're doing your own car and you want to have 5 million products, knock yourself out. Detailing for yourself is about having a good time, making your ride look good, and enjoying it. But detailing for a business, still try to have a good time, but at the end of the day, it's about making money. So make sure you're being efficient.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to have a million guys. Yeah, you don't need to have a million products in your van, guys. You don't need to cluster up the whole van, your truck. So yeah, kind of condense, and that's the whole point. Like, we're trying to save you guys money here.
And that's why I know you came out with the Supreme APC last year, I believe, and yeah, that has eliminated the need for multiple different products. You have one concentrated, high alkaline cleaner. You can do a wheel cleaner. You can dilute it. Would you say 20-1 to use on your interior wisely? Mm-hmm. I always say wisely, because you'll have people that'll hose down their interior with an alkaline cleaner and just screw everything up. Don't do that. Always just one part at a time. Do this part of the dash. Do this part of the seat. You just gotta know what you're doing with chemicals. But yeah, Supreme APCs, that's a great product that really helps simplify things.
Well, yeah, like you said, man, it's like 3-in-1, dude. It's an all-purpose cleaner if you dilute it. It's a heavy-duty wheel cleaner if you dilute it properly. And we sell a case. You can buy 9 of them in a case, and it's like, I think it's like $50 or something. So,
yeah. And then Details of Me says you got about 40 or so products, I guess. And she only sees 10 on the website. And why are some only offered wholesale? And that kind of just has to go with logistics, right? You can only focus so much on the retail side versus the wholesale side, and the wholesale side's where you make most of your money, right? You said retail is like 10% of your profits or sales, and then the rest of it's wholesale.
Yeah. So yeah, like 10% of our sales revenue is actually the Ryan West brand, and 90% makes up the private labeling side. So it is kind of hard for us to stock so many different options here. But at the same time, like when we're ramped up making products for other clients, the Ryan West branding is kind of put on the back burner. And, you know, it kind of sucks, but at the same time, I'd rather push out thousands of bottles I'm already have sold than kind of focus on my own branded product.
Yeah, and I've seen just on like on your Facebook page, Instagram, and stuff, because you're always posting when things are going out on pallets. Like it seems like you've been pretty busy since the start of the year.
Yeah, I actually forget to post sometimes, dude, because I'm so busy. But yeah, I haven't even done the average. I think like in a month we typically ship about, I don't know, maybe a pallet, 2 pallets a day. But we're very efficient. That's the thing. Like if we run out of stock out of one thing, we just put it in the schedule. We'll build a small inventory to the side. Let's say it's like on the go waterless wash. We'll bottle an extra, like let's say 100 of them, just to have them for you guys. And in most cases, like Kristen will kind of like give you guys even wholesale discounts, just for us to move it. You know, even if you're getting an extra 5 or 10% off wholesale, guys, it's huge. It kind of covers the shipping if you think about it.
Your Instagram is just Ryan West Industries.
Yep, Ryan West Industries. We're only on Instagram, guys, and Facebook.
Yeah, Instagram and Facebook. So we're getting close to the end of the time. I forgot that we were going to be doing giveaways. I just keep forgetting things today. I mean, whatever. Let's go ahead and knock out these giveaways. So we're doing four giveaways total, right? Perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna ask a question that either has to do with my channel or with these two guys on this video to test everybody's knowledge. So first, we're gonna give away to 3 people a bottle of On the Go ceramic waterless wash and Fusion ceramic coating spray. A lot of people say Fusion doesn't feel slick, so you can throw this on top and you got some good slickness. 2 very durable products. So first question, this is going to be for anyone who's been a long-time fan of my channel, if you know, is what is my son's name? What's his name? Does anybody know? Let's see if we get any answers. If nobody answered that, I might have to take it myself. I don't think anyone, someone's probably going to be watching this tomorrow and be like, oh. All right. Well, we'll ask another question then, because I don't think anyone here knows. His name is Ayrton, like the race car driver Ayrton Senna, if anyone's familiar with Formula One. All right. Next question then, since nobody answered that. And this question's still up in the air if anyone decides to, well, actually, no, I just answered it. Never mind. What is Chris's business name? What's his business's name? I said we did say it at the beginning, I think twice.
I'd be terrible at these guys. I have a terrible memory.
I would be too, but I mean I think that's the most fair way to.
Terrible short-term memory. That's why I take a lot of notes.
Yep. And I know there's a delay between the actual what we say and then when it hits the YouTube channel, so it may take a minute. Still, nobody. All right. Well, I'm going to leave that one open. Feel free to jump back in the stream and see what we said and answer it. Next question is who gave me a super chat during the stream today? I mean, you can scroll up and see it, so that one's pretty easy. There's no winners yet, Mario. No one's answered any questions. All right, well, I answered that. Bro Dizzles, I know obviously you did. You know that you did, but we're going to give it to the next person. So Aaron Bauer, Bro Dizzle gave the super chat. So there we go. Not him, him right there. So Aaron, make sure, here, I'm going to put my email in the chat. Be sure to shoot me an email. I spelled that wrong. Hold on.
So I'm gonna have to try your stuff, Ryan. I haven't tried.
Brody, if you know what Chris's business name is, you can still answer it. No one's answered that yet. That's a prize right there. But Aaron, go ahead and email me there with your shipping info, and we'll go ahead and get that sent out to you. Chris, Ryan, you guys got any questions you can think of to ask for the crowd to answer?
I don't.
I'm terrible at these.
Yeah, I am too. Like
I'm working on it.
This is our first stream.
I'll get a.
All right, I got one for everybody. What language is my YouTube channel name? What language is that? Somebody's gonna have to get that one. We'll wait for the answer for that. Yep, boom, Italian. And then Brody got Chris's answer right. So yeah, it is Italian. Then Chris's business is Wash on Wheels, typo. We'll accept it. So Enthusiast and Brody. Brody, you got me on Facebook. You can just shoot me an info there. I think I probably still got it if I go back in our messages. Enthusiast, go ahead and shoot me an email, and we'll get that shipped out to you. Now, so that's for those 3 kits that we're going to give away. Now we're also going to give away a 7H ceramic coating kit. I just don't know a question to ask for that, and that's where we'll end the stream at. If you guys think of something, feel free to ask. Yeah, think about it.
How many layers do I recommend?
Yeah, how many layers did Ryan recommend when we were talking about the 9H coating? Works for the 7H coating, I believe, too, but it is not 1 layer.
Jacob got it right, I think. Jacob.
All right, Jacob. 3 to 4 layers. That's right. You got the first answer. Bro. So, Jacob, I think I got you on Facebook too. So just shoot me your shipping info, and we'll get that out to you. Brody says 1 million layers. If somebody does 1 million layers, that would be amazing. I don't even know if it'd be possible. You might pass out from the fumes.
Hey, Martin, should I do something like that? Should I do like 50 layers on a car?
50 layers on a car? I don't think so, because as you apply more layer, I mean, you know this obviously, but as you apply more layers, you start to hit the point, and this is with anything, you start to hit diminishing returns, right? So as you add more layers, less of it's actually sticking, and more of it's just being wiped up. So in that 3 to 4 layers, you know, that 4th layer is still just adding like a minimal amount, and then you go past that, like you're really might be increasing it by like 0.1%. So that even goes for spray-on products. That goes for really anything. You hit diminishing returns after a point. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you all stopping in for this live stream. Ryan, thanks for being the guest. Chris, thanks for co-hosting. We'll do more in the future. Guys, next week, just so you know, Ivan LaCroix from DIY Detail and C6 Ceramic Coatings is going to be my guest next Saturday. So be sure to stay tuned to then. Aaron, you got me on Facebook. Great. Other than that, Ryan, you got any things for business owners? Any information that you want to give? Any advice?
Yeah. You know, guys, like I really want you guys to pay attention to trying to cut costs if you can. We sell premium products at a fraction of what you're paying right now. Hands down. All you have to do is reach out to Martin. He will send you a wholesale price list. There's no buy-in, and you can start purchasing a case of 16 bottles to start if you wanted to. So start cutting costs, guys. Try to save money to boost your profit margins. And I wish everybody the best of luck this year, because it's the economy. It's not doing very well.
Not until the next election, hopefully. Hey, get 5 gallons if you want to just use it for personal use too. You'll still save money that way. Chris, you got any information for the up and coming new detailers trying to get their start in business?
Just don't give up, keep going, even on the hard days, because, it's so worth it to run your own ship.
Yeah,
So
I hear that.
dig
And
deep.
yeah, I tell people that all the time with businesses, people that are trying to do YouTube. Like I'm still not even a big, I'm a small time YouTuber still. And I tell people, like, when things get rough and you give up, that's the difference between these people that made it in business, YouTube, whatever, and the people that are, doing who the hell knows what. So if you really got a passion for it, just keep going through the hard times. But yeah, that's it for the stream, guys. Thanks everybody again. Ryan, Chris, thanks for stopping by. Other than that, you
Thanks.
all keep them clean. Have a good one. See you in the
See
next
you
one.
guys.